Good morning, children. We are studying the lesson Social and Religious Reform Movements. Social and Religious Reform Movement. That lesson we have studied. For the last 4 days, we have been studying about social and religious reform movements. Social and religious reform movements. For the last 4 days, we have been learning or we have been studying this lesson. Social and religious reform movements. We have been studying this lesson for the last 4 days. Social and religious reform movements. Swami Dayananda Saraswati we have studied. Swami Dayananda Saraswati. He was an important religious reformer of India. His name was Moola Shankara. His old name was Moola Shankara. Before accepting sannyasa, his name was Moola Shankara. And he told the world, go back to Vedas. This was a famous slogan made by Swami Dayananda Saraswati. Go back to Vedas. What is the meaning of this one that we have think? Go back to Vedas. Go back to Vedas means Swami Dayananda Saraswati believed that. Swami Dayananda Saraswati believed that Vedas are the most important source of knowledge. This was the idea of Swami Dayananda Saraswati. Go back to Vedas. There are 4 important Vedas. Rigveda, Yajurveda, Atharvaveda, Samaveda. These are the 4 important Vedas. And according to the opinion of Swami Dayananda Saraswati, these Vedas are the most important source of knowledge. These are the most important source of knowledge. Vedas. Rigveda, Yajurveda, Atharvaveda, Samaveda are the most important source of knowledge. That means, in the land of India, there are 4 Vedas. Rigveda, Yajurveda, Atharvaveda and Samaveda are the 4 Vedas. Rigveda, Yajurveda, Atharvaveda, Samaveda are the 4 Vedas. And in order to have more knowledge, what is that? In order to have or in order to get more knowledge, we have to study these 4 Vedas. That was the opinion of Swami Dayananda Saraswati. Go back to Vedas. Then, his main Swami Dayananda Saraswati's main or major idea was Swami Dayananda Saraswati's main or major idea was to fight against caste system. During this time, what was the caste system was there in the land of India. Caste system was there in the land of India. Caste system. Caste system was there in the land of India. Caste system. and untouchability was there. Untouchability was there in the land of India. Caste system was there in the land of India, and untouchability was there in the land of India. Untouchability was very powerful. Untouchability was there in the land of India. Untouchability. Untouchability was there in the land of India. That means during the time of Dayananda Saraswati, Hindu religion was divided into 4 sections. During the days of Dayananda Saraswati, Hindu religion was divided into 4 sections. It was divided into 4 sections. Hindu religion. That is Brahmins, Kshatriyas, Vaishyas and Shudras. Brahmins, Kshatriyas, Vaishyas and Shudras. These were the 4 sections of Hindu religion. Brahmins, Kshatriyas, Vaishyas and Shudras. They were the 4 sections of Hindu religion during the olden days. Brahmins, Kshatriyas, Vaishyas and Shudras. These were the 4 sections of Hindu religion. Brahmins, Kshatriyas, Vaishyas and Shudras. These were the 4 sections of Hindu religion. And in these 4 sections, what was there? Untouchability was there. And during the olden days, people believed that. What they believed? Brahmins came out from the mouth of Brahma. Brahmins came out from the mouth of Brahma. Brahmins came outside from the mouth of Brahma. Kshatriyas came from the shoulders of Brahma. Vaishyas came from the stomach of Brahma. And Shudras from the feet of Brahma. See what is that? Brahmins. Brahmins came from the mouth of Brahma, so that Brahmins were doing only some pujas. Brahmins were doing only some pujas. Brahmins were supposed to do, or they were doing only some pujas in the temples, and they were doing teaching career also. Brahmins were doing teaching career also. This was a condition of which one? This was a condition of Brahmins. Then Kshatriyas came from the shoulders of Brahma. Kshatriyas came out from the shoulders of Brahma. They were the ruling class. Kshatriyas were the ruling class. They were the soldiers. Kshatriyas were the ruling class, or they were the soldiers. Then Vaishyas came from the stomach of Brahma. Vaishyas came from the stomach of Brahma. Vaishyas came from the stomach of Brahma. So Vaishyas were the business class. Vaishyas were the business class. Vaishyas were the business class. They were doing business. They were the business class. And they were doing banking also. Banking business also they did. Banking business also they did. They were Vaishyas. Shudras were different. Shudras were different. Shudras. What the Shudras were doing? Shudras came out from the feet of Brahma. Shudras came from the feet of Brahma. Shudras were the workers of first three classes. This type of system was there in the land of India during the time of Dayananda Saraswati. So what happened? This was there during the time of Dayananda Saraswati. So Dayananda Saraswati was against untouchability. He was against, Dayananda Saraswati was against the practice of untouchability in the land of India. And he was against caste system. He was against the practice of caste system. Then, this was a condition during the olden days. This was a condition during the olden days. So, he was in favor of widow remarriage. Widow remarriage. He was in favor of widow remarriage. He was in favor of widow remarriage. Widow remarriage. Widow remarriage means Swami Dayananda Saraswati believed that widow remarriage was very important in the life of Indians. But during the time of Swami Dayananda Saraswati, widow remarriage was not at all accepted. Widow remarriage was not at all accepted during the time of Swami Dayananda Saraswati. Widow remarriage was not at all accepted during the time of Swami Dayananda Saraswati. Widow remarriage was not there. So he advocated that widow remarriage should be there. Then, equality. He argued for equality. He demanded or he argued for equality between ladies and gents. He argued for equality between ladies and gents in the society. During the time of Dayananda Saraswati, equality was not there. Gents enjoyed more privilege in the society than ladies. Gents began to enjoy more privilege in the society than the ladies. But Swami Dayananda Saraswati argued for equal freedom to ladies and gents. He argued for equal freedom for ladies and gents. He argued for equal freedom for ladies and gents. That is equality. Then, Supreme Court. He demanded for Supreme Court. What is that? He told that only single God is there, or only one God is there in the society. Only one God is there, or only Supreme God is there. That was the idea of Swami Dayananda Saraswati. Dayananda Saraswati believed that we should believe only in one God or Supreme God. We should believe only in one God. That was the idea of Swami Dayananda Saraswati. A Supreme God is there, only one God is there. That was the idea of Swami Dayananda Saraswati. That was the idea of Dayananda Saraswati. Supreme God. Supreme God is there. Only one God is there. There is a supreme God, there is opinion of Swami Dayananda Saraswati. We should believe in a single God. We should believe in a single God. That was opinion of Swami Dayananda Saraswati, supreme God. Then Dayananda Anglo Oriental College. So, Dayananda Anglo-Oriental College was established in the land of India during those days. It was established in Lahore during those days. Lahore. In this college, Indian philosophy and Western philosophy was being taught in this college. Then, he established the Arya Samaj for this purpose. He established the Arya Samaj for this purpose. He established the Arya Samaj for this purpose. Arya Samaj. Arya Samaj. Arya Samaj was established by Swami Dayananda Saraswati for this purpose. Not only this one, he supported the freedom movement of India. Not only that, he supported the freedom movement of India. Other religious reformers of India did not support the freedom movement of India. Other religious reformers did not support the freedom movement of India. But Dayananda Saraswati really supported the freedom movement of India through Arya Samaj. He supported the freedom movement of India through Arya Samaj. That was the idea of Swami Dayananda Saraswati. Freedom movement of India. He supported freedom movement of India. Balagangadhar, Ani Besant, etc. supported the ideologies of Swami Dayananda Saraswati. And he was in favor of protection of cow also. Swami Dayananda Saraswati told that we have to protect cow also. Then, Shuddhi movement he started. In order to protect Hindu religion, in order to protect Hindu religion, he started Shuddhi movement. Then Shuddhi movement was started by Swami Shraddhananda. Shuddhi movement was started by Swami Shraddhananda in the land of India. Shuddhi movement. Shuddhi movement was aimed at protecting the Hindu religion from outside problems. Why? Because during this time, so many Hindus were going to other religions. So, in order to purify Hindu religion. Shuddhi movement was started by Swami Shraddhananda in order to purify Hindu religion. Swami Shraddhananda started Shuddhi movement. Shraddhananda was a student or disciple of Swami Dayananda Saraswati. Social and religious reforms. Social and religious reforms. For the last 4 days, we have been learning or studying about social and religious reforms. For the last 4 days. Now we have to study about Swami Dayananda Saraswati. We should study or we have to know who he was. We have to study or we have to know who was Swami Dayananda Saraswati. We should know or we have to know who was Swami Dayananda Saraswati. Swami Dayananda Saraswati was one of the greatest religious reformers of India. Dayananda Saraswati was one of the greatest religious reformers of India. Swami Dayananda Saraswati. In the beginning, his name was Moola Sankara. Moola Sankara was the name of Dayananda Saraswati. Before accepting sannyasa, before receiving sannyasa, his name was Moola Sankara. Moola Sankara was the name of Swami Dayananda Saraswati before accepting sannyasa. Moola Sankara was his name. Moola Sankara was the name of Swami Dayananda Saraswati before accepting sannyasa. Then he told the people of India to go back to Vedas. Go back to Vedas was the most important idea of Swami Dayananda Saraswati. Go back to Vedas. He told that. We have to read and study the Vedas. Now only I told what is the meaning of Vedas. There are 4 Vedas. Rigveda is the first Veda. Yajurveda, Atharvaveda, and Samaveda is there. 4 Vedas are there. And among the 4 Vedas, Rigveda was the first one. In the beginning, Vedas were not at all written. Paper was not there during those days. And printing was not there during those days. Printing was not there during those days. Printing. Paper was not there. Printing was not there during those days. Printing was not there during those days. Printing. Paper was not there and printing was not there during those days. Paper and printing was not there during those days. So, what was that? The teachers were telling Vedas. Teachers were telling Vedas to the people. Teachers. Teachers were telling Vedas to the students or people. They were listening those Vedas and they were giving the same Vedas to other people. They were telling the same Vedas to other people. They were telling the same Vedas to other people. That was system of Vedas. That was the main speciality of Vedas. Vedas were there. So Swami Dayananda Saraswati told the people to go back to Vedas. He told them to go back to Vedas. He told the people to go back to Vedas. That means we have to study the inner meaning of Vedas. We have to study the inner meaning of the Vedas. That was a major or main idea of Swami Dayananda Saraswati. That was a main idea. That was the main idea of Swami Dayananda Saraswati. That was the main idea of Swami Dayananda Saraswati. He told, go back to Vedas. Then Swami Dayananda Saraswati was against caste system of India. Caste system. Swami Dayananda Saraswati was against caste system of India. He was completely against caste system or caste method of India. Caste system or caste method of India was completely challenged by Swami Dayananda Saraswati. That means during the olden days, during the time of Swami Dayananda Saraswati, Hindu religion was divided into 4 sections. Hindu religion. It was Brahmins, Kshatriyas, Vaishyas and Shudras. This was the 4 sections of Hindu religion. Brahmins, Kshatriyas, Vaishyas and Shudras. They were the 4 sections of Hindu religion. Brahmins, Kshatriyas, Vaishyas and Shudras. They were the 4 sections of Hindu religion. Then it was believed that Brahmins came. It is believed that Brahmins came from the mouth of Brahma. So Brahmins were doing puja in the temples, Brahmins, and they worked as teachers. They worked as teachers. That was speciality of Brahmins. Then Kshatriyas. Kshatriyas were the people who came from the shoulders of Brahma. Kshatriyas were the ruling class. Vaishyas came from the stomach of Brahma. Vaishyas were doing business and they were doing banking activity also. They were giving money to the people. After receiving interest, they were giving money to the people. After receiving interest, they were giving money to the people. Then Vaishyas were the richest people in the society. Then Shudras were also there in the society. It was believed that Shudras came from the feet of Brahma. Shudras came from the feet of Brahma. And Shudras were the servants of other 3 sections of Indian society. Shudras were the other 3 sections of Indian society. Shudras were serving or Shudras were doing the menial work of first 3 sections. Brahmin, Kshatriyas and Vaishyas considered Shudras or untouchables as the menial people or the servants of these three. Then untouchability also was there among these four sections. Among the Brahmins, Kshatriyas and Vaishyas. Among Brahmins, Kshatriyas, Vaishyas and Shudras. Untouchability was also there. Untouchability was there. Among Brahmins, Kshatriyas, Vaishyas and Shudras. Untouchability was there. Untouchability was the main problem of Indian society during this time. Untouchability. Untouchability was there in the Indian society during this time. Untouchability. Untouchability was there. So Swami Dayananda Saraswati was against untouchability. He was supporting widow remarriage. He was supporting widow remarriage during this time. Widow remarriage. During the time of Swami Dayananda Saraswati, widow remarriage was not at all accepted. During the days or during the time of Swami Dayananda Saraswati, widow remarriage was not at all accepted. Widows were leading a life of miserable life or misery. So he supported widow remarriage also. Then equality of men and women during this time. During this particular time, during this particular time, equality was not there for ladies and gents. No kind of or no type of equality was there in the land of India during the time of Swami Dayananda Saraswati. Dayananda Saraswati argued for equality between ladies and gents. He argued for equality between ladies and gents. He argued for ladies' education also. Then Supreme Court. He believed that there is only one God. He argued that there is a presence of only one God. He argued for worshipping a single God in the society. Now also inside Hindu religion we are worshipping so many gods. But Swami Dayananda Saraswati told that we should worship only one God or believe in single God. Is a major idea of Swami Dayananda Saraswati. Then, in order to spread his ideas, Dayananda Anglo-Vedic College, Dayananda Anglo-Oriental College was started by one of his disciples known as Lala Hansraj in Lahore. Now Lahore is not there in the land of India. Now Lahore is in the land of where? Now Lahore is in the land of Pakistan. They are an Anglo-Oriental college. They are an Anglo-Vedic college was started by Lala Hansraj in Lahore. In that college, Vedas were being taught by the teachers. In order to propagate his ideas, he started Arya Samaj. Through Arya Samaj, he spread his ideas regarding Indian society. Not only that, he gave maximum support or more support to the freedom movement of India. He gave maximum or more support to the freedom movement of India. Freedom movement. because other religious reformers did not give any encouragement to the freedom movement of India. But Swami Dayananda Saraswati gave maximum encouragement to the freedom movement of India. Then he was supporting the cow movement also. He told that we should start cow protection movement in the land of India. He told that we should respect cow. Then he started Shuddhi movement also. Shuddhi movement. He started Shuddhi movement also. Shuddhi movement. He started clearly Shuddhi movement also. In order to clarify, in order to clear, in order to clarify or in order to clear, in order to clarify or in order to clear Hindu religion, Swami Dayananda Saraswati started so many programs while he was alive, because during those days Hindus were moving to other religions. During those days Hindus were moving or going to other religions, but Swami Dayananda Saraswati was against all these things. Swami Dayananda Saraswati was against all these things. He told that Hindus should not move or go to other religions. So he started Shuddhi movement here. Now he started Shuddhi movement to purify, which one? To purify Hindu religion. Then Shuddhi movement was later started by Swami Shraddhananda. Shraddhananda was a student of Swami Dayananda Saraswati. Dear children, you watch this video. If you have any doubt, you read the textbook. Again, if you do have doubts, you call me in person.